before his talk there. I wanted him to do that after, but thank you, Jose. Very, very kind words. I wrote down some notes. I'm in sales. You wouldn't know it because it's very nervous to be in front of your hometown. You know, the coaches, the players, people that care. I was just at the Hall of Fame banquet, which they put on a great event, and they inducted six wonderful, you know, inductees into the Hall of Fame, and the emotion about this coal region and you know what it means to them. It's truly amazing. So I'm honored to be here today. I did write some notes, so you know I do want to thank the team. I mean, at the end of the day, everyone here tonight is here for you and for your success, and of course the coaches. So I want to thank the Mount Carmel Line Drive Club, you know, for having me. I was honored, very excited when you called me. I'm glad they gave you my number. I really was happy about that. You know, the coal region and Mount Carmel area is truly a special place. There's nothing like it. I've been in the Washington, D.C., Baltimore, suburban Maryland area for 30 years. It's just, you know, they have great sports and programs, but it's just different. You know, the feeling and the support that you get as a young kid here in this area, there's nothing like it. I was at our 76 football team was honored at a game last year, and Jose mentioned the Big 33 game. I'm sitting with my dad, and as the game was ending, somebody stopped by, tapped me on the shoulder, and said, I was at the Big 33 game, with the biggest smile on her face. You know, it just, there's nowhere else that happens. So I'm truly proud to say that I'm from the coal region and from Mount Carmel area. And when I say it's a special place, I think all of you know what that means. You know, we're all here for you. We wish you success this year. I can just tell you, I've been around a lot of teams, athletic teams. I've been around a lot of sales teams. Just from the way you are talking and introduced yourselves today, I know that you guys can do something special. I can tell. You have each other's back, you're together, you've got a lot of support, and now it's going to be working with your coaches and really realizing your potential as athletes. I'm going to talk a little bit about relationships. You know, my dad was my biggest supporter. I started going to his he was in the Navy. I started going to his softball games when I was like 4 years old. My mom had my brother. I went to the softball games with my dad. That's where I developed that love for baseball. I wanted to have a ball. I wanted to be hitting balls from a very, very young age. And my parents, my dad especially, supported that and really put me in a position to be able to really do that at an early age. You know, the sacrifice that your parents and your family, the sacrifice that they make for you, sometimes it's hard to understand because you think they're supposed to do that. But as you get older and you're looking back, I'm amazed at not only my entire family, the sacrifice that they made, getting me to practices, you know, tournaments on the weekends, giving up a lot of things that they may have wanted to do to be able to, you know, share in my athletic endeavors. And most of them were around baseball. When I talk about relationships, you know, again, my dad, when you know, my journey to Mount Carmel and Mount Carmel baseball was probably different than anyone else. My dad was in the Navy. I didn't attend school here, you know, from first grade on. We would be stationed. I actually started playing baseball in Africa, in Ethiopia. You know, when I was in second, third grade. We came here. I went to Holy Spirit for half a year. Played, you know, on the Mount Carmel Moose. Played for the Jets. Went over to Africa again. Finished my Little League career there in Ethiopia, Africa, on a military base. It was an amazing experience. It truly was. To be able to see how, you know, some people that don't have what we have in our country, which is the greatest country, you know, in the world, to see how they live. It was just eye-opening, and I feel so fortunate to have been able to see that. We're very, very lucky here. I did not want to come to Mount Carmel as a sophomore. We were in Maryland. My dad was not retiring, but he felt it would be best for myself, from a standpoint of a scholarship, to be in the same high school for 3 years, sophomore, junior, senior. I said no. I'm not going to Mount Carmel. I don't want to play. I don't want to play football. And I had a girlfriend. I was in Maryland. It was not happening. And they put some CIA type lights and stuff on me in the middle of the night in about the second week of August. And at 3 in the morning, I finally relented. Okay, I'll go to Mount Carmel. But I need a couple things. I need 3 days. I need to do this. So anyway, my dad's wisdom. As I've gotten older, the older I've gotten, the smarter my dad was back then. Back then, I didn't think he was that smart. But believe me, as you get older, you know it's amazing what comes back. But it was his wisdom of Mount Carmel was the best place for me and for my opportunity to earn a scholarship. So that was a very big step. Now, when I came here, I was accepted. I had played, 8th grade basketball. I played, on the Jets with some of the players. They accepted me. They never looked at me as an outsider. We used to come back for holidays. My grandparents lived 214 South Grace, which is where the family still lives today. And I would be playing on the corner, playing ball, or going down the Catholic High Field, or when I'm in to visit my grandparents. So I knew everyone and I had played with them, but I didn't sort of grow up with them the same way that you all have grown up and played together. Wow, that looks good. So, I mentioned about relationships. I mean, Mount Carmel baseball is really everything that I have and everything that I've done in my life is really tied to Mount Carmel baseball. And what I mean by that is, I came and played for Coach Zavarick as a sophomore. We had a very good team. We won our division and lost in the championship game to Pottsville, a much bigger school. We were a good team. That was the first year. Junior year, we won our division and played a difficult team in Blue Mountain who beat us. So we lost that second year. Senior year, we were together. We had a good team. We had great pitching, great hitting, but we still had to come through. We won our division again. We got to the championship game. We got to the championship series, best of 3. We lost the first game. And the one thing that I will tell you is, and Coach Kazmarek is here, he never wavered on his confidence in us as players, as having the ability to win, even though we were down and we had lost 2 years prior. He inspired confidence in us. We believed in each other, much like what you talked about, because at some point you're going to face adversity and you're going to need each other. We rallied the second game, which was where the school is. We beat them the second game, and then in the last game, we were fortunate that it was a great baseball game, 3-2, 7th inning. John Andrade, who you'll see at a future, I think in April, just an amazing player, had the winning hit, and we were on the fire truck. We weren't a football team, we were on the fire truck, and that feeling was like nothing else. All of our hard work had paid off, and we realized our dream and our goal. I feel that you guys can do the same thing. Make your own history. It's wonderful to sort of share with you our success from the past, but really, it's about you. It sounds like you've got the great nucleus for a team, for a great team. Now it's a matter of execution. Each of you doing your part. When you practice, baseball is also a mental game. It's not only physical. Fundamentals, extremely important. Hitting the cutoff man, turning the double play, being smart based on what the score is. All of those things are really important to your success, and I believe your coaching staff will prepare you so that when you get in that tight spot, you'll be able to be successful. I mentioned Mount Carmel baseball, the importance of it, as I stand here today, and relationships. I had a very good friend that I played with from Scranton at Maryland. His name was Tony Larioni. I spent 2 summers living with his family, playing summer ball, which was just a great experience. When I graduated from Maryland, I didn't know what I wanted to do. His uncle, so I talk about relationships in baseball. His uncle was a facilities manager at a company in Virginia, and one of his vendors was Xerox. So Tony's dad spoke to his brother-in-law, Miggs Damiani, and asked him if he could help me maybe get an interview. And Miggs knew the people at Xerox. So he got me an interview. I was fortunate enough to get the job. They wanted people without experience because I had no experience. And I've been in that industry now for 35 years. And that was based on really Mount Carmel baseball, the connection that helped me get to Maryland, and then using a relationship with a family that was able to help get me an interview and a job. So the importance of Mount Carmel baseball, I cannot stress enough how critical it was to me. Now, I'll share one thing about athletes, no matter what level you are, and Jose said a lot of nice things, and I do appreciate it. Along the way, you will face adversity. I hit 177 as a freshman at the University of Maryland. 177. Okay, that was tough. I hit 500 in high school, whatever it was. You go to that next level, sometimes you're faced with a challenge. You can either fold up or go back to fundamentals, work harder, and that next year I doubled my average. I hit 353 the next year, second on the team. So part of that was, growing up and having that confidence that was instilled in me from coaches, Coach Kuzmarek, my father, my family, the fans, to be able to get by that adversity. So I just want to, you'll occasionally have injury, but if you're strong enough mentally, use your support, and you can be successful, regardless of what the situation is. I may have one or two more. I know everyone, please eat. Don't wait on. Just please eat. Enjoy. I'll
keep going.
Yeah. So. Playing against the Baltimore Orioles at the University of Maryland was just an amazing experience. We used to probably get 300 people to a game. So the Orioles in 1981, 2, 3, they won the World Series in '83. They were a great team. I don't know how they did it, but they had the Orioles come down to our field at Maryland. I found some pictures recently. 3,500 fans all over the place. We used to get 300 to a game. Up on top of the rooftops. It was truly amazing. We didn't know then. It was Cal Ripken. He was a third baseman. He was a rookie. We didn't know he was going to end up being Cal Ripken, Hall of Famer, 2,700 straight games. But it's just the experiences. That experience at Maryland was because of Mount Carmel baseball. That's really what I wanted to say. The scouts that would come to our games recommended me to the college coaches at Maryland. That's how I ended up there, and that was based on playing baseball here. I'd just like to finish my comments that this 2017 team, based on what I'm hearing and the vibe I get from you, stay together, enjoy the ride. I'm 57 years old. High school, you only get one high school experience, okay? It is a very special time. And you'll only have one college experience. That's also a very special time. Enjoy it. Work at it. Do the best that you can. Be the best person you can be. Athletics is a part of it, but keep in mind that your relationships that you make with coaches, people you run into in the future in the business world, is extremely important. And this is a special place. I have a good feeling that you're going to do something special and make your own history. And I would be honored to be able to hopefully come see some of your games once the fields get once you can play. I look forward to coming and sharing in some of your success. So, thank you to the Mount Carmel Line Drive Club. Thank you to the coaches and the team. I really appreciate you having me here tonight, and much success.